me. Alright, don't get aggressive. Good morning folks, we're back in Bombinas. Now today I'm on the beach of Canto Grande. So it's 6:30 in the morning, I've just arrived. It's been a pain in the arse actually finding a parking spot here. There's no parking, all paved. They've got it under control, the parking, obviously, because the tourists. Anyway, I've managed to get in the town centre and find a little spot there. Along the front here, I've rode all the way along here. What a nightmare. But anyway, there's two parts to this Canto Grande, two beaches. Because this Bombinas is a peninsula, you've got the open side, which I'm on now, so going out to the Atlantic, and then on the other side of the town you've got the closed side. Okay, it's like landlocked the other side, so it's a lot calmer. But I've had a look on there and it's very small, the beach, not very wide at all. So this beach, I would imagine this gets more people on. And I've just passed a couple of guys actually as I'm riding along the front looking for a parking spot. Two guys with a metal detector, but they've gone down onto the other beach. The bottom end of this Canto Grande takes you to the last beach, which is Catarina South. So they've gone there. But anyway, I'm not bothered about that. I'm going to get going on here. Let me just show you around before I start. So there's the town centre. Right. Yeah, basically at the end of that road there takes you to the other beach. Okay. There's the Morro do Macaco, so the hill of the monkey. There's a few people up there actually. There's a trail. I've been up there once. So that takes you down to the end of the beach, and at the other side of that you have to go on the road a few hundred metres, takes you to the beach of Catarina South. Here we go, look. All the way down there, Canto Grande. And I've actually metal detected right at the far end. This beach continues all the way down, but it goes into another place called Mariscal. So I've detected down there before. But anyway, we're going to concentrate here today. Bombinas, Canto Grande. So there's the lifeguards post. The road running along the front here, but no parking at all private parking. So they've got it all sewn up here. So it's been a cracking Saturday and Sunday. Today's Monday. So I imagine these beaches were pretty full over the weekend. So let's see if we have any luck, okay? I'll see you at the first hole, folks. We've got a lone vulture and a few seagulls. I think there's a dead fish there. But anyway, there's a few people about for 6:30 in the morning. So the tourists are coming. Look at all the people up there wandering. A lot of people doing exercises. But you know, there's a restaurant there, there's another restaurant there. I noticed all the restaurants preparing. There's another one there. So it's only 4 days now till Christmas. Well, 3 days to be honest. Thursday, isn't it? Today's Monday. So anyway, let's continue. There's a few people out there on that rock, look. 1, 2, 3, 4 people sat enjoying the morning. A few ladies there, just finished the exercising. Well, it's a bit choppy around those rocks. They've got the red flags out in this area. Must be some strong currents. So there's a pathway going up there through the rocks, look, onto the point behind there. So I've made it down to the bottom end of the beach anyway. Right down into the little cantinho. And it's about 7 o'clock now, so I'm going to walk back up to where I started, but have a look there in the softer sand. I've had lots of signals, to be honest, but ring pulls and the normal junk. So let me continue up there now. Loads of folks doing exercises. First find, 25 cents in the soft sand here. Better than nothing, eh? Here we go, folks, look at that beauty. It looks like a real one as well. Hey, unbelievable. Just there, not very deep at all. And I knew, soon as I got the signal, getting all these low signals like 13 and 14 on the screen, aluminium ring pulls, look at that shining. And then I got an 18, 19. And there she is, look. I'll have a better look in a bit, but quite a few people about. Fantastic. Perseverance, eh? Couple of kiosks there. Restaurant. Melhor lugar do mundo é aqui and now e agora. So the best place in the world is here and now. Well, that's made my day. It's only 8 o'clock. Fantastic. Look at him here. Well, there's a few apartments for rent there. 3 available. I wonder how much they'll be. Residencial Villa do Canto. So there we are, folks, look, Praia do Canto Grande, Mar de Fora. So the outside sea, as I mentioned before. This is the open sea going out to the Atlantic. And the other side, as I say, if you went around that point there, all the way around, and you'd come to the other side of Canto Grande, the other beach, which is closed. You understand? Very calm out there, a lot of fishing boats on the other side. So, anyway, I'm going to have a quick drink here and then move on. I'm over the moon, I am. So it also says on the sign there that this is a continuation of the beach Mariscal, which I mentioned before at the far end, going back there. It's about 4 kilometres in total. One of the largest beaches in Bombinas. So yes, I've just had a drink anyway. It's getting a bit warm now. It's only just gone 8 o'clock actually. I found that ring, it was 7:30, I thought it was later. So, I've only been here an hour. Anyway, everyone's getting the deck chairs out to rent. All the different companies. See the guys there in the background. There's a couple down this direction also. I'm going to continue, I'm going up that way anyway. Keep continuing up there on the soft sand before it gets too busy, and then when I come back down I'll go on the water's edge. So someone's going to be upset, aren't they, losing that ring? I mentioned once before in one of the other videos, people have got habits of digging holes, very deep holes, and burying beer cans. And that's a perfect example. I've just dug down to that, a really strong signal. And I had a feeling what it would be, but I thought, no, I must dig it, you never know. And there we go, look. Jesus Christ. I wonder if they do it just to annoy these metal detectors. Hey? Look at those birds there. I saw 3 of them, and it took me back to Rondônia. It's the first time I've seen these in Santa Catarina, to be honest. In Rondônia, they're everywhere. They spend a lot of time on the ground hunting. They eat everything. Oh, there's another one now, just arrived. Where's the other 2? There. Yeah, they eat everything, they do. They're predators. They'll eat anything. As I say, they spend a lot of time on the ground wandering around. They go in the bushes. And that's what happened earlier. I spotted them. I got my bloody phone out to film them, and they went in the bushes. Now they're back again. So yeah, the first time I've seen them in Santa Catarina. They remind me a little bit of those road runners. I don't know what they're called. If you know what they're called, let me know. Well, there's a bit of an area there under the trees, benches, tables and benches to sit and relax in the shade. Nearly all these properties on the front are for rent. Well, there's a guy just gone back to his car now. Bought this trolley down here, look. All these, whatever they are. I don't know whether they're hammocks or... yeah, I imagine hammocks. He's gone back up there to fetch a load more. So he'll be walking along the beach selling them. That must be a bloody job, eh? Pushing one of them trolleys around all day. Trying to sell something. Jesus Christ. Things you have to do in life, eh? Well, I was working yesterday, Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. Tiling. So, I made a point of working Sunday so I could get out today. I'm back to work tomorrow. I didn't want to be out at the weekend here because it would be really busy here. But anyway, I suppose it's going to get busy every day of the week soon. Once Christmas arrives. Here we go, look at that hotel. I don't know if it's Maria or Marim Chateau Hotel. Couple there with them bloody great big dogs, look. Jesus Christ. I imagine them dogs are bloody red hot. Here, a plastic shell, what a kid's left behind. I find quite a few of those actually. Starfishes, shells, whatever. You know what, I've noticed more people running on this beach. Lots of people walking, but running, Jesus Christ. Well, I've come as far as I want to come along the beach. I'm having a little bit of a break now, something to eat. I've just been speaking to a lovely guy from, I think he said São Lorenzo, on the border of Brazil, Santa Catarina and Argentina. So over the west, right over the west, São Lorenzo. He's got an holiday place here on the coast in Bombinas. Really nice guy, really nice. Asking me about metal detecting and then where I'm from, and then he's asking me about England and about Europe and talking about immigration and government and every other thing we could think about. So really nice guy. Anyway, I'm going to show you that ring now I've sat down. Here we go, I'll put it on my trousers, look, a darker background. So I've had a good look at it, and there is some markings on the inside. I can't make out what that is, but there's markings definitely. Here we go, look. I'm not an expert on jewellery, but it looks to me as a genuine thing. You can normally tell, can't you, those yeah, I've found a few before and they're definitely fakes, but it looks to me as though it's the real thing, that does. So really pleased about that. But anyway, as I've said before many times, it's not all about finding things, it's about getting out. If you find something, especially something like this, it's a bonus. Fantastic. I was speaking to an old lady also. She was walking in the water. Really nice old lady. She was from Santa Catarina. She was asking me if I found many things. I said to her, it's therapy. This is more therapy. Getting out, a bit of exercise, a bit of fresh air. She said, that's it. Everything we do in life, therapy. Certainly is. You've got to enjoy yourself, haven't you, when you can. Don't go waiting until you can't. So, as I say, I'm going to have a little bit of time here and then I'll continue back down. There's not as many people on the beach as what I thought there would be, actually. I went to Governor South Ramos. You probably saw the video the other week. But it was a Saturday and it was really busy at 8 o'clock. Now it must be 9 o'clock or after 9 now. There's a few people about, obviously, but not that many. Yeah, look. I was just looking at that property there, look. I don't know why on earth they did that like that. It can't be that far out by mistake. I think they've deliberately done that, but that top one, it's not even bloody straight, is it? It's got a bow in it. Why would they want to do that, eh? They've spoiled it. It looks as though it's pissed up, eh? Falling over to one side. But anyway, I've just been speaking to a lifeguard. He said it's a little bit fracker, a bit slow today, weak, not a lot of people about. It is a Monday, but he said yesterday we're quite busy, Saturday and Sunday. He said this year I think it's going to be a bit slow going, to be honest. He said a lot of people are looking for places more cheaper because Bombinas is pretty expensive. Maybe going down to South Ramos, Governor South Ramos and places like that where it's a little bit cheaper. Look at these little birds here, waders. When the water comes in, look, they're running away. Where they gone? Ah, there. We've got a little jellyfish been washed up. Still alive. Well folks, it won't be long before I've done. I'm almost at the end again. Nothing apart from, well, the way I said it, nothing. nothing else, should I say. I just wanted to have a look up here. I did mention earlier about this. So when I came on the beach this morning, I mentioned about the Morro do Macaco. Can you see the people up there? So there's a trail up there, obviously. So to get there, anyone who's interested, you go into the town centre, very close to the entrance to the other beach where the pier is. And there's an entrance there, free entry, takes you up to the Morro de Macaco, so the Hill of the Monkey. Or there's another trail which goes along the coastline to the beach of Taina. So the Mullet Beach. I've been on both of them. Very nice trails. So these three people here, look, the woman with the white top on and the two to her left with the blue. They were speaking to me earlier up there. The woman in the white, she's from Espiritu Santos, just below Rio de Janeiro. One of the ones in blue, the smaller one, is from northeast, and the other one, the dark, really dark coloured woman, she's from Mozambique, Africa. I've had more people this morning asking me if I found anything, and I've not shown one of them that ring. I was speaking to that lifeguard. I've had more people coming up to me and asking me if I found anything. I'm almost at the end, and actually where that lifeguard post is, that's where I entered the beach. So getting a few people about now. I think I'll go a little bit further anyway, because it's still early, and I started off in the water going down when I first came. I'll just come a little bit further in, and then I'll have something to eat again. I'll be on my way. I'm right down the far end again. So it's only 10:10. I was going to go, but it's a little bit of a waste if I go home now, so I'm going to get on the road here and go to the next beach along and do an hour there. That beach is Conceição. So just go through there, look, up that ramp, along the road there, onto the next beach. We'll have a look there. You never know your luck, do you? Here we go then, folks. I've walked from there 50 metres to the first entrance of the beach, which is here. And the road continues through to the other end of the beach. It also takes you to the beach of Taina, that road at the end of the road. So there's the beach. So I may as well have a lunge on here for an hour, eh? Make the most of it. Well folks, I'm at the bottom end of the beach. You got the JCB on here. Guys doing a bit of work on the one of the ramps, the entrances. So down here we've got these big boulders, rocks, a few houses there. So this is the end of the road. Now if you take that unmade road there where that jeep's going, over the hill takes you down to the other beach, to the beach of Taina, so Mullet Beach. And also up there you've got the Museum of Charles Darwin, and you've got the viewpoint 360, so 360 degree viewpoint. So I've been to both of those some time ago. But as I say, you've got to go up that unmade road over the hill and down to the other beach, but at the top of the hill you will come to the museum. Bit choppy out there it is. The water comes right up here, look, must be high tide. Well, I've spent more time talking to people since I walked onto this beach. People coming up to me talking. A guy from Rio Grande South who's got a metal detector. A woman from Paraná. Loads of folks. Well, it's good for me because I can practice my Portuguese. So I'm doing some exercise, getting out in the fresh air, practicing my Portuguese, and maybe having a bit of luck finding some jewels, eh? So, good for many things, this metal detecting, eh? You never would know what you're going to come across or who you're going to come across. Surfing school. I suppose they rent boards out also, don't they? Oh, a big Z surf school. There's a few out there with the boards, look, kids with the small boards. Quite big waves here actually. Well, I'm heading back now, not far from where I started. Nothing at all, but never mind, eh? Look here, visitor. Hello. Well, his time is, eh? Alright, don't get aggressive. Hey? Hey? Right folks, I'm back where I started now. Near the rocks, as you can see, on Praia Conceição. I'm going to have something to eat and I'm going to be going home. So, that's it for today. Praia Canto Grande, Bombinas, and Praia Conceição, Bombinas. So now you know, and I know. But thank God, hey, we found something. Really nice surprise that was. So one last look around before I go. Conceição Beach. So folks, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time, alright? Bye bye, cheers, bye.